Not only is it daunting to say the actual words at that pace, but it's also hard to like add emotion, you know what I mean, and actually not just make it a robotic exercise in wordplay.
I'm a New Yorker, so I speak really fast naturally, and I've been told to speak slowly my whole life. On other jobs, or even my mother being like, okay, I can't understand what you're saying, so, you know, slow down. But this is the first job that, I mean, Shonda was so specific about that the pace of the show is what makes it.
I even went to a read for another job, and they were like, well, you gotta slow down. They're like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I gotta change my mind, my headspace.
Then when we're all off not shooting and they're setting up lights and stuff, we kind of
always running it.
Constantly running it.
You know, we have to run it a million times just to make sure the uhs and the thes and the ofs are in the right place. Yeah. It's really challenging, but it's a great challenge to have. You can go at high speeds, which is like...
You know, with the computer and like pull stuff up on the computer, and I kept messing up over and over.
It was like a combination of letters and numbers and tech information.
There's music in the dialogue, so it's not like, oh, I'm going to say my line and there's this dramatic pause. Like everything is like timed out to perfection, like choreography.
And I think it's really freeing almost, because you can't, your brain can't get in the way of the ticking time clock and the story that's about to break. Exactly. You can't
once you get on the freeway, you can't stop.
You just go. And it's, you know, the story is more important than you.
To keep audiences on the edge of their seat makes you listen instead of like, oh, I'm bored, what are they talking about? Like you're in, you're like, can't miss a beat. And I think Shonda is very genius in that. You know, I've only worked with one other writer or producer that is like that, and that's Aaron Sorkin, who's very specific to the words, and the words mean everything. Do you know what I mean? And so, in doing that on a weekly basis, you get to you become that. We become engulfed into the storyline. And I feel like, you know, that music and that dialogue is going to be what people want to tune in to see every week. I think it's like Scandal. They're going to be like, I want to see how fast they're going to talk this way. Soft thumbs, but I had to say it so fast.
3 soft thumbs. Try saying that.